GDragon, GD, breaking the mold and becoming a genre. In a room of mirrors where everyone reflected the same moves, one boy danced to a different beat. Instead of following the set choreography of success, he drew his own map on old staff paper. It wasn't rebellion. It was the most honest answer to the question, "Who am I?" The stage lights rained down like 1,000 questions. The world expected familiar melodies, safe performances, but he threw his raw, unprocessed self onto the stage. After a breathtaking silence, a roar erupted. It was the sound that announced the birth of a new genre, the genre of me. His studio wasn't just a space for music. Next to the speakers stood a canvas, and fashion sketches were tucked into his lyric notebook. He created melodies with the colors of a painting and wrote lyrics with the texture of fabric. He saw no boundaries between the arts, only different languages telling the same story. People called him an idol, a musician, a fashionista, but the labels kept falling off. He was a walking exhibition, a living song, a moving work of art. He was no longer a part of the culture. He had become the culture itself. The world's sharp criticisms hung heavy in the quiet room. He didn't dodge the stones thrown at him. Instead, he sat alone in the darkest hours, picking up each wound. He melted criticism into lyrics, turning poison into medicine. This alchemy was his creative process. When he revealed his scars through his music, a miracle happened. The wounds he thought were his alone sparkled in tens of thousands of eyes. His honesty became a bridge, connecting him to the world. Weakness became empathy, and empathy became the most powerful influence. Success can be a comfortable, glamorous prison. He had already built his own kingdom, but he refused to be its king. He knew that he could only create something new when he was ready to destroy everything he had built. Breaking away from the familiar was the bravest step forward. He returned not as an echo of the past, but with a completely new voice. The world thought it knew him, but it had to learn his name all over again. This was not just a comeback, it was a resurrection. He proved that genius is not a destination, but a journey of constant self-destruction and reinvention. While the world shouted to go faster and higher, he chose silence. Pausing wasn't an escape, but the deepest kind of journey. In the quiet, without the cheers, he came face to face with the boy who first dared to dream. He wasn't resting. He was growing roots to become stronger. When he finally reappeared, the change was quiet but immense. The fire in his eyes was still there, but now it held the gentle, deep warmth of a bonfire, not a firework. He had realized that the greatest impact comes not from a shout, but from the quiet confidence of being true to oneself.